Expiration dates. Should we listen to expiration dates, or are they just suggested dates? Let the battle begin right now. I'll go first. Here's the deal. We've been married for a while, right? And there's expiration dates that we should pay attention to on milk and on cheese and really anything dairy, but that's about it. That's where you end the line. Because when you talk about spices, you don't need to buy new spices every 5 years. Those things, the cumin, pepper, all that stuff, it lasts forever, right? And then also, it's a fine line. But once you get into like cough drops, NyQuil, it says it's better if used by this date, but it's still going to work after that. Lucy, your turn.
So I have young children, and I actually really care and deeply love them and the well-being and safety of them. So when you tell me, oh, we can keep the expired Tylenol for our kids after 2 or 3 years, it's not going to fly. It's just, I will never agree to keep a 5-year bottle of NyQuil, let alone, okay, spices, whatever. I don't cook. I'm not a fan of expired spices, but at least they're not implemented into our children's digestive system on a regular basis, like cough medicine and cough drops. That's where I draw the line. Hard no, no way.
All right, so let's get into it a little bit. All right, so I know you brought some spices from.
I sure
did. We got guys for our wedding. We got a phenomenal. You register for things, and of course we registered for who doesn't want a beautiful spice rack, right? So we got a great spice rack.
One of the many items we registered for that we never ended up using.
Well, I like the spice rack, and I use the spice rack when I
Did you,
cook.
though?
Yeah, I like a lot of them.
Did you?
Yeah, I
mean,
sure did.
Maybe a handful of times a year, but neither here nor there.
Yeah, but I liked using the spices in it. I love that spice rack, and we held on to those spices for way too long, for sure. And we have one of them here, which I still use, and I will still use.
We have a special guest with us here on today's show, and his name is Chili Powder. He is 12 years old.
Yes,
we have a 12-year-old.
He is amazing.
Chili Powder here. If you can hear the glass of it. About 5 years ago, I went to throw away that spice rack that you apparently have such an affinity to.
It was like a circular thing. There was a circular display, and the thing spun around, and you could take one out, and you look at the recipe, and because what you don't want to do is go to the store and buy spices when you're trying to make a certain thing. You want to have them in your cabinet. That's why this was one of the best wedding gifts we got.
Which we ended up donating, and then you garbage picked back after I had thrown it away into the donation bin.
But who were you donating? So you were going to give it to someone else?
Well, no, I was going to give the rack to someone else because we really don't. You say you use spices, you do not use that many spices.
We don't have them anymore.
No.
I'm not going to go spend $100 on another whole new set of spices.
Do you think spices cost $100?
The whole set was a beauty. It was phenomenal. And they were
never
amazing.
Used
but
it.
I used them.
Never used it.
When I'm cooking a recipe, if I'm making my deep dish pizza, if I'm making my, I guess it's been a bunch of years since that. If I'm making a lasagna, I like my spices.
Okay, so Tom, here's this 12-year-old chili powder.
It gets better with age. It's like wine. It's like a fine wine.
All right.
Yeah.
So if it's perfectly good chili powder, I feel like you should definitely lick it.
I'll lick it.
Like if you open it up,
then I might sweat a little bit.
See the residue.
Yeah.
The 12-year residue on this bottle. I would like
let's get this. Let's get in here. We can get a close up right here, right?
He's
watch this. Yeah.
to
here it is right here.
Lick the chili powder.
I don't mind. There's nothing wrong with this. And look at this. It's got a very solid case. There's some on my finger right there, right? So yeah. It's guys, it's chili powder. Chili powder gets better with age. It's fine. We have probably 5 or 6 years left on this baby right here. So this one wins. Chili powder, spices. Keep it as long as you can is what I say.
And your obituary will read, and he lived until he licked the chili powder that was 12 years old.
It's beautiful.
That's how
was it?
That's how you end.
That's the end right there?
So tonight, when you don't wake up because of chili powder, I just want the world to know it's because he keeps expired spices that should be thrown away 12 years ago.
Well, what's the other spice that
Okay,
we
so
have
the
there? I know
other
you
one
brought a
is
second one in.
steak seasoning. It's barely open. I don't even know if it has been. Oh, it has been open. Okay, a tad bit. It's full. It's totally full because we use spices so often. This says best by 11/15/12. 2012, guys.
Yeah,
this steak
2012.
seasoning that you now powder on, and I know my daughter loves steak, so I know you're putting the stuff on my children's
Let
food,
me
and
go
that's
back
where
to
I
the
draw
wide
the
view.
line.
Sorry about that, babe. All right, there we go.
That's where I draw the line. You are putting this on my children's steak,
Yeah.
and that they consume.
They love the steak that I make.
This,
they love the
this
steak.
powder is older than half of our children.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Yeah. We're fine.
I just can't. I can't deal.
But back to my point earlier, it's a suggested by even if you look at a lot of these spices and different things, it says best if used by. But you understand that that's these companies. How else are the spice companies going to make money if they don't get people like you believing that you need new spices every 3 years?
I enjoy freshness. I enjoy
Fresh spices?
Yeah.
Like what's a
like-
fresh spice that you enjoy?
like cocoa.
Yeah.
For example, cocoa powder or chili powder for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer a chili that's been powdered in the last decade or the last year or two.
And you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference
versus
between
a chili powder from a chili that was powdered when I was in high school.
You can tell the difference between a chili powder from 12 years ago and a chili powder from
sure
yesterday?
do. Sure
Oh,
do.
Yeah.
Sure do.
So to go a little further, where's my...
Oh, you got more?
Here it is. So we have some coffee. We have a coffee example here. These are K-Cups. We have some people that are watching, some people that are just listening. So the K-Cups, the fine folks at Folgers, they put an expiration date. These were good for about a year, they said. So I know I bought these in 2016.
This episode is not sponsored by Folgers.
It is not. They were good
Not
until, according to them, best if used by. You can see those words there. There's not even an expiration date, but best if used by. So imagine how I felt when one day I see my wife putting these into a bin that's going to be thrown away.
We don't have
When
a
you
K-cup machine.
But we might someday. We have a K-Cup machine, which is in the garage.
Yeah,
so
that
if
you
our
don't
main
use.
coffee
So
machine
why-
breaks down, we need to have a couple of these babies standing by. And
We need Marie Kondo is what we need. We
Best-
need intervention for this hoarding expired food
Thank you.
addict called my husband.
best if used by 2017, but that means nothing. Folgers is one of the
So
most
you-
well-off companies in the world because they get people to think that
You
it
want to
expires
drink
by.
stale coffee? Do you know how nasty that is?
I would drink this. I don't buy. It's in a protective lens. Do they call this a protective cover?
Folgers in your cup.
The best part about waking up is Folgers in
Is
your cup.
stale coffee in your
And
cup.
we're going to get into coffee a little bit later in the episode, by the way, because when we
Oh.
bring our guests
Oh,
on,
that
and
is
there's a
true.
coffee situation going on there too. So I'm not the only one here. So let me bring another example.
Oh, we got another one. Great.
So we've got Dayquil right here, right?
Oh,
Dayquil
here we
Severe,
go.
right? If you have a
Here we
cold,
go.
if you're sick, you want a Dayquil Severe, right? And then what does it say here? It says this also expired in 2017.
No
So
way.
expired in 2017, Dayquil Severe. So you're telling me that if you're sick, you had a severe situation,
I want fresh Dayquil.
you wouldn't
Yes.
take a Dayquil
No.
Severe.
Not 2 years
I would
old.
eat this. I would have this
You
in
would
a
eat-
moment. I
you
would
would
eat
eat-
this. I would eat this and enjoy this thing in a moment.
Would you chew it? Why don't you chew one right now?
I don't know.
Chew?
I mean,
No. Chew
I
a
mean,
Dayquil.
I would chew it, but I don't want to swallow it because you don't want to take medicine
Blech.
when you don't need medicine. But look at again. This is a cellophane infused case that it's in, a wonderful casing that protects this Dayquil for. Let's show a little close up for the people there.
I draw a line.
Look at the casing that it's in right there. Also, not sponsored by Dayquil, but
Not yet.
look at that. I had these first two back in 2018. We got two more here. It's 2019,
Well,
almost 2020, right?
Yeah, it's a flu season, so you'll be enjoying your expired
coming up.
Dayquil while I'll be enjoying my fresh, not expired Dayquil
So,
and NyQuil.
I'm with you on milk. I'm with you on cheese. Is there anything that you would, live dangerously and go past the expiration date, or do you buy into all of their lies? All of the companies trying to make money from you. You buying into all their lies and when to throw that away?
I would use expired cleaning products. Maybe like a Windex. Does it have to be a food item? Like expired.
Yeah, I would hope you use expired. Do they put expiration dates on?
Expired cleaning supplies might be even
You wouldn't
worse.
use. Oh,
What?
this is disappointing.
What?
You would throw away a cleaning supply that said it expired in 2018.
Well, no. Remember, we had a whole bin of cleaning supplies in the garage
They were
from
good.
the previous owner of our house 7 years ago.
What a gift!
And
what a gift that they left us.
That was also in the trash that you garbage picked.
But exactly,
He likes to garbage pick.
You're not going to keep glass
We have
cleaner.
so much stuff.
Well, let's define garbage picking for a moment. It's not garbage picking if it was never garbage to begin with.
Well,
So it's not up to you, ma'am, to go ahead and decide what's gonna if it's a part of the house that you're not that associated with, like the stuff in the garage. Is it up to you, or the spices for that matter? Is it up to you to decide when we say goodbye to that item?
yes, because I'm a mother of 3 young children, and their health and safety is paramount. So anything you say, I get to use that example and win an argument.
And their happiness is paramount for me. So if I want to make them a tasty steak, or if I
That
need to
will
clean,
then give
or
them food poisoning.
if I need to clean their room, or I need to find something that fixes their sore throat.
I am not giving our kids
cough
expired.
drop.
No.
An expired cough drop.
No,
You wouldn't give your kid an expired cough drop.
I would not
What
give
is
our kids any expired medicine.
And what happens
ever.
if we gave them an expired cough drop? What do you think happens from there?
We'd probably have to go to the hospital and they'd pump their stomach. Yeah.
From an expired, because you
Yeah.
read all those stories, you hear all the stories about
I'm not
people that
risking it
take
on our children.
expired cough
I am
drops.
not risking your expiration theory on our children's well-being. So you can be the guinea pig. You can eat your Dayquil.
I will, and look at me. I'm kicking, turning 40. It's all
Yeah.
good. It's all
Yeah.
good.
You want some more chili powder to lick?
I'm gonna save
You
that.
can-
I'm gonna
you
save
can,
that for.
chug it.
Funny, I'm making chili tomorrow actually, so
You're
that's
not.
gonna come in handy,
I'm not eating
and I'm
it.
gonna use that.
Well, I'm not
So,
eating it.
I'm gonna make chili,
I'm going to go to
and
the
steak,
store and buy fresh chili
and then I'm gonna
from
clean
the grocery store.
dishes with our expired supplies.
No, because I
and
just
everyone's
bought
gonna be
fresh dish soap. So
Oh,
that's
fresh.
a lie.
That's really important to have fresh dish soap. Fresh.
It sure is.
2 words that have never been used together.
It's
fresh and dish soap.
It's flu season, doll.
Is it?
It's
What
we're
month? We're in
we are
September.
We
We're
are
in
entering.
August.
We are
I don't know when
entering
they're listening to
into. We're entering into flu season. So soap and non-expired soap is very important.
You must be joking.
I am joking.
Thank you.
I'm joking on the
Thank
soap.
you.
I would probably use like an expired box of Dove soap. Does Dove soap expire? That's a good question.
If it does, that's
you-
the biggest scam in the world.
To answer your question, I would use expired body soap,
All right.
like from Dove, not like some sketchy like company.
Right.
We just gave a ton of brands a shout out, by the
Yeah.
way.
Shout it out. And I will use all of those brands for as long as I believe, well, I guess the brands would want me to buy a new version. So,
Yeah,
but I will use your old, send me your old soap. Send me your old everything. Send me your old dish cleaning supplies.
Yeah, no
I will
brand
take
is
it.
going to hire you because you're promoting not actually buying their product. You're promoting keeping their product
Keeping
for
it
a
because I love it.
decade,
I will,
for a decade
I
long.
will keep their product because I love their
Okay,
product.
brands,
So
call
I
me.
will-
Call Life of Mom. I got you.
So here's how it's going to work on the show here. So we want you guys, the audience, because we can't seem to figure this out,
Sure not.
and so we want you guys to help and decide, what we should do exactly. All right. So the way we're going to do that is we have an Instagram page, Mom versus Dad Show. That's Mom versus Dad Show on Instagram. So go there and vote. We'll also open up the polling on Life of Dad's Instagram and Life of Mom Official on
Heyo.
Instagram as well. But we need you guys to help us figure out, should we...
You enjoy stale expired coffee.
That's the question.
I think that's how I'll win, because people love their coffee so much.
Fresh coffee.
They love their fresh coffee. You grind your
I
freaking
do.
coffee beans at the end of every night.
Yeah.
Like it's some ritual, yet you keep K-cups from 2 years ago and we don't even use a K-cup. How can you tell me?
I would give it, yeah.
There's no...
This was probably a bad example for me to bring in.
So,
because I do like
you know
fresh
what?
coffee.
That's why I win. Because you thought you were going to like come in here with your expired K-cups and went, no. People like their coffee fresh.
The people are going to decide who wins, and they're going to vote, and I trust them. All right, so we actually have we have a user that sent in a question, so we're going to play this right now. So everyone listen up. This is from Cory and Jen, a battle that's going on in their home.
All right, so my wife is awesome, and for some reason, my OCD tendencies do not allow me to keep her coffee cup around the kitchen. So I like things to be relatively clean, and for whatever reason, when I see a coffee cup with a little bit of coffee in it, I think that it's old, and I dump it, and it's not good.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. It drives me insane. You dump all my half-drank beverages in the sink and like I'll be like, babe, where's my coffee mug? And you'll be like, and you'll point at the dish drainer, and it's there and it's been cleaned and it's
sad
dry.
Face. Yeah, sad face.
Sad face. No coffee.
But hey, the house is always pristine, right?
Yes. Pristine.
So there it is, the battle that's going on every day in Cory and Jen's house. I know this one.
There's been a few times you've drank some of my green tea, because
Which
I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'm a green tea drinker. And every once in a while, Tommy comes along and he takes like big gulps of my green tea, and I could cut you for that. So
I'm drinking my fresh cold brew right now. You're drinking your green tea.
I absolutely side with Jen. It's Jen, right?
It's Jen.
I side with Jen 1,000%. If you tried to touch a cup of my green tea and there was even an ounce of it left, I'd have to cut you.
So that's a threat. And the thing with this show is, but we have to try to figure out, and we're going to get them on the line in a couple minutes, but we have to try to figure out like what's Cory's take on it, because I right off the bat agree with you as well. When we get on the phone, I don't want us to just tell them that we're all on Jen's side, right?
Right.
But I agree with you, because we have a wonderful gal that comes and cleans our home. Her name is Mirabelle, and
We love
if
her.
I leave my cold brew in the pot, she cleans out the pot. And the thing about cold brew is you can only make a little bit at a time.
Don't you go for my cleaning
And
lady.
can-
I love her
you
more
can-
than life itself.
I'm not going
Don't
for her.
criticize my
Was
cleaning
if she
lady.
dumped your iced tea?
I would forgive her immediately, because
Mm-hmm.
she cleans our house once a week, and she
So-
is an angel sent from God.
She's
Do
amazing.
not criticize her.
It's not an issue with her. It's just I can feel Jen's pain, because when I work hard on my cold brew, as we talked about earlier, I'll brew it at night, and
I
then
can't wait to give you 10-year-old coffee beans for that.
It takes my cold brew takes 10 hours to brew, and then it's perfect in the morning. But it only makes a little bit. You can only make like so much, right? And that is what I love about my cold brew. So when that little bit, like a half a cup, gets dumped, like that's painful. So I feel Jen's pain, and then I secondly feel Jen's pain because I like iced coffee. So I almost like coffee colder better than warm. So maybe she's leaving it on the counter and letting it
cool
off, and then she's going to throw some ice in. But
I don't understand coffee drinkers, honestly, because I feel like it's like hot tea, I would imagine, and you only have a sweet spot of about 15 to 20 minutes where it's the perfect temperature. So
Yeah.
I would get far too annoyed with that aspect of coffee drinking is, it's not too, it's too hot at first, and then it gets warm and lukewarm and then cold.
yeah,
I
know. You got to keep reheating it. People always
right,
just go to the microwave.
right,
Yep.
right. So
That's why I like iced coffee. Yeah.
I know. I stick with my iced tea, but I got Jen all the way
So
on this
let's
one.
think now that they did point out that Cory helps to keep the house pristine. Now,
This
do
is
you have
true.
parts of you that would love a pristine house and a
Well-
Cory walking around that house cleaning up after the kids.
That would
and
be.
after we would want a
It'd
Cory
be-
cleaning
it-
up after
It'd be
the
like
kids.
a live-in Maribel.
Yeah, will we want a Cory cleaning up after the kids and you and me, or does he have to stay hands off your stuff? If Cory's coming around cleaning up, he's keeping. They were very clear to say pristine, and I know Jen laughed a little bit at the end, but they keep a pristine house, and that
Okay.
sounds like Cory has a little OCD thing going on, which isn't a bad thing in a hubby. You know what I'm saying?
Not when it comes to a clean house. I dream about a clean house. I wish I had a clean house. I have a clean house for about an hour a week after Miss Maribel leaves.
Empty
and then,
pot. Clean
and then
house.
it's messy again. So no, you definitely have a point. Cory cleaning the kitchen, man, that would be. I mean, you clean the kitchen, but like to have a pristine kitchen.
I don't clean like Cory does.
That
Apparently.
would be pretty amazing. I just I think if you're tossing my caffeine, and as a mom, I thrive on that. Yeah, I think I'd have an issue with it.
So we'll ask them a couple questions. Let's dig deep. We're gonna call them up and see if they hopefully they answer, and we're gonna get more info. And then again, you guys are gonna help us choose. So
I feel like Ryan Seacrest right now, like calling people
we
up.
are ringing.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Coffee Drinkers of America here.
Yes. Is this pristine Cory on the line?
Yes.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, Cory.
Hi, Jen.
How's life?
Oh, hi, Jen. Life is good, man. How are you? How are you guys doing?
I am super good. I have to say a massive congratulations to both of you for your Chicago show. All I heard and
Aw.
saw were good things. And I forget who I talked to from the Life of Dad Sam, but somebody. Oh yeah, it was Courtney. Courtney Bartlett. Yeah, I was talking to Courtney. So, and just so you know, Courtney, so Jen's best friend in high school?
Yeah.
Elementary school. We went to school in elementary school.
Elementary school was her sister, Marin.
Oh, no way.
And so that's how we know Courtney, and that's how we were able to bring her into the fold because she's so super organized. No, yeah, she was
She's
telling me that she worked the
amazing.
event with you, and you guys were. There was some little tiny butterflies, Lucy, in your
yes.
stomach, but
Oh,
once you
yes.
hit the stage, everything was perfect.
Yeah, no, that's so sweet of you to say. We had a ton of fun, and we love Courtney. So thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. And we're doing it again. Yep. We're doing it again September 21st in LA, which is going to be awesome.
Amazing.
So show number 2.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
But yeah, thanks for saying that. But we're here to talk about, we've been discussing for a while. Your kitchen and what's going on in your kitchen and your home. So we got to dig into that a little bit. Lucy, you want to fire off the first question, or because
yes.
we know the background, everyone's heard your story. People around America are talking about you guys now. Lucy, go first.
Jen, I have a question for you, and that is,
Okay.
Are you of? Now, hear me out on this one. Are you of maybe Colombian descent, where you have some sort of stake and investment in the cocoa coffee?
Do you love the bean?
Coffee
Do you love the
bean?
coffee bean?
I mean,
Do you
is
need
it-
the coffee bean to be? I wanted to say pristine, but that's the
This-
wrong word. Go.
No, and you broke up a little bit, so I pieced a moment of that together. So I'm hoping I'm answering the question properly. But no, I am. I just love coffie, but I'm not super
You're not a
fancy
coffee
about
bean
it. I'm not a
connoisseur.
connoisseur.
You're not a coffee bean sommelier.
No.
It's okay. You still got a lot of what meat in the game? What's it called?
A lot of
Lot of what
bone
in the game?
Skin in the game?
Skin in the game.
Skin in the game. Meat in
bone,
the skin.
skin in the game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's no meat in the game for us.
There's no. Oh yes, I know.
That's right.
Vegan. Sorry.
Wait, I have a related question. All right, so Jen, do you like iced coffee, or do you like hot coffee?
No, I am a hot coffee drinker, always hot.
I
Okay.
love the cold brew.
So it matters a lot when specifically that time frame that you consume your hot coffee. Am I right, Jen?
Yes, I will drink it pretty much all day, but I have to have it first thing in the morning. Like first thing in the morning is necessity. Wake up, brew the pot, brush my teeth while it's brewing. I know that sounds weird, but and then so like as soon as I wake up.
Okay, so when exactly in the day does Cory throw out that cup of coffee? Approximately, like, what time frame does that go down?
Okay, I'm going to say if it's going to go down, we're going to do probably morning drop-offs with kids, and I'm the type of mom who reheats her coffee probably 100 times in the morning. So I leave the cup abandoned in different places in the house, and I'll forget where I left it. And I want to say around 10 a.m., if he comes home from school pickups and he's cleaning, tidying the kitchen, he will dump my cup of coffee that maybe I had gone off and done a morning thing or dropped one of the kids and we've reconvened at home. And I will be walking around the house going, where's that last sip of my cup of coffee from this morning? And
Right.
he's like, oh my, you wanted that? Oh my word, I gotta throw that away.
Is that what I say? Oh my word.
Oh my word.
Oh my word. It's really dramatic.
But here's the thing: if she drank coffee just in the morning, this would be different. But what she doesn't tell you is that she has about 5 cups a day, and so there is a coffee cup sitting out always. There's a perpetual coffee cup. So I'm just trying to keep the house clean, Lucy. I'm just trying to keep the house clean.
And we discussed this because Tommy was complaining that our once-a-week cleaning lady will pour out his
the cold brew. I work hard on my cold brew, and then she'll pour it out.
And I got very defensive of my beloved cleaning lady that brings me joy once a week. So I was like, don't go for my girl, and he was going for my girl. So in that sense, the fact that you keep a pristine kitchen, I mean, those are 2 words that I don't know. I cannot personally relate to.
We have a kitchen.
We have a kitchen.
We got a kitchen.
I don't. There's probably something in my life that's pristine, but not a pristine kitchen. So with that, I got to give you mad props.
Yeah.
Hey, I try. I think the kitchen is a direct reflection of kind of my brain. So if you see the kitchen nasty and just a complete mess, then you know that something's going on with Dad. And
is that why my house is so messy? Yes.
The Danny Tanner of Dad.
I love it.
Now, this is a question for Cory. Cory, does Jen have a cup problem? Because I'll admit that I have a cup problem where I just leave too many cups around. Not necessarily coffee in them, but does she have a serious cup problem in general?
The only cup problem that she has is we have these stainless steel straws, and if she leaves a stainless steel straw in a glass cup or any kind of cup, it's like a magnet to my elbows. And just yesterday, I shattered my Michael Jordan cup, and it was my own fault because I have this famous Michael Jordan coffee cup, and I've had it since I was a kid. I just love it, and there was a stainless steel straw. Elbow hit it, knocked over my Michael Jordan, shattered everywhere, and so now I'm going to have to get a new Michael Jordan cup.
Wait,
this is not the cup problem that I thought he would mention to you.
You have
a cup. No.
Oh, well.
We're really digging deep with this.
MJ.
Wait. Well, I got to hear more about this. So this stainless steel straw destroyed your cup?
They're going. They're expiring.
The plastic is bad.
So basically that. I almost just knocked over me.
They stick up. They stick out too far from the top, you see, and you don't justify with the muscle memory. You reach for something, you hit the straw.
Yeah, you don't prepare for that. But I bet it keeps Jen's teeth very clean. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
So how?
What's going to happen is we're opening this up to the world, so the world's going to vote, and then we'll let you guys know soon. You know how your household has to change. All right. So thank you guys for playing along. There's big changes ahead.
We're happy.
There's big changes ahead for one of you. Before people vote, is there anything else you guys want to share?
I mean, I just want to say that any bit of coffee that is wasted is a tragedy in my eyes. So I'm just saying, I think that this is really important for them to get this right.
I think as parents, caffeine plays a paramount role in our life. It's having major meat in the game.
It is.
Or skin in the game.
Yep, it's that important.
I'm trying to do a week of no coffee and no alcohol, and it's day 1, and I just miss it very badly.
Are you starting to get the heart palpitations and?
No.
twitches,
that
like,
would be
oh
Jen
God.
if she stopped drinking coffee.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I'm not addicted to coffee.
I think as parents, coffee, any drop of coffee is a travesty, for sure. I'm with you on that.
Yes.
And for that, I mean, we thrive off it. We live off it. It's how we get through our days, our years, our months, back to school, mornings, pickups, drop-offs. So I got to go with Jen on this one.
I like the idea of a clean kitchen. I really like that idea. But I'm kind of leaning more towards Jen too, just because, I mean, so there's got to be days where she has to make a whole new pot of coffee because Cory dumped it.
Yes.
And that's
You know what, guys? I'm so busy. I've got to run.
you go pick up your stainless steel drawer, take a sip of water, and go to sleep, Cory. All right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sounds good.
No.
A little bit of
Whoa.
lemon.
Wait, we should ask them about the expired.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just had an argument, and you guys, and again, what we actually vote or who we side it doesn't matter because it's our community that is ultimately going
It's up to them.
have the final say. But we just argued over expired food articles.
Expiration dates in general. Yeah.
On
And
like
not just
food and cough medicine and all that. And Tommy believes it's quite all right to have a 12-year-old bottle of chili powder, which we have in studio right now.
It's good.
Or like expired NyQuil. And he thinks expiration dates are merely a suggestion.
And it often says that on the back. It says, best if used by, not necessarily expire by.
I don't think they meant a decade ago.
Them trying to get your money to get another round of spices.
Okay, so I'm feeling. I feel like Cory's. I feel like Cory's going to side with me. If he keeps a pristine kitchen, I think he gets. Go for it.
That's the thing. I mean, you've really got to evaluate the words. Best if used by kind of seems like the ideal situation would be if you consume it by this date.
Right.
Therefore, I would kind of lean towards Tom because if it's not been damaged by moisture and it's not all clumpy, I mean, what's a 12-year-old chili powder? Maybe it's like wine, I don't know.
Okay, but would you lick it and would you feed it to your children? Because he just licked the container from our wedding shower, by the way.
Yeah, this is the wedding. So this is the last spice. We got one of those beautiful spice racks from our wedding, almost 12 years ago now. Yeah. This is the last spice left. But Lucy gave away the entire rack, which was devastating.
Another travesty.
Yeah, another travesty.
Was that a dare that you licked that?
Oh, I challenged him because I'm like, oh, you're okay with 12-year-old chili powder? Here you go lick it, and he did, and we have footage of it now. But I think
taste like chili. Like, did it still taste good?
It tasted amazing, and what would have tasted bad is because I'm making chili tomorrow. If I had to go to the grocery store just to pick up chili powder the night after my chili powder was thrown away, that's what would be painful.
He's not even going to make it to the grocery store tomorrow. He's not going to make it to the grocery store tomorrow because he's going to keel over from consuming 12-year-old chili powder.
I always make chili on what's tomorrow.
Tuesday.
I always make Tuesday chili.
No, he doesn't. He's such a liar. Okay.
So Jen, any feedback on expiration dates?
Okay, I'm probably the more lenient one about expiration dates, except I do know liquid medications. Tom, you got to stop drinking the expired NyQuil because that does lose potency.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
It won't hurt you, I don't think, but it becomes less effective. So
which is a very important point. Less effective, not hurt you.
So
it might work a little bit less.
It loses effectiveness over time. I would say 12-year-old NyQuil in your cabinet would be a mistake.
Okay, which we have, by the way, and we can bring to the next. We can bring to the next episode because he definitely. I'm going to do some.
So here's the deal. When Lucy was and this is when we have Barbara. So Barbara's almost 10. So she got, as she was wrapping up her job for pregnancy,
FSA.
she got like $600 to spend at a pharmacy.
Well,
this is like a gold mine, right? Yeah, $600 tax-free or whatever.
Well, it was an FSA program through my work.
Yeah.
That I had up to $600 untaxed, but it had to be medical related. So I got Band-Aids and first aid kit, and then I got a ton of medicine.
And would you throw away an expired Band-Aid?
No.
What's the stickiness, or like what's the issue?
Although I do think the stickiness does rub off. Actually, I think older Band-Aids are not good. Yeah, so I'm pretty not okay with consuming 10-year-old NyQuil, and Jen just validated that. So
she proved my point, saying it will still work, just not as good. So I feel like I'm the winner.
Well. Yeah, we're gonna have to really specify what people are voting on. Is it the chili pepper?
Yeah, that one's a tricky one.
Or the chili powder, or is it medication? Because I'll totally win the medication. I think I'll lose spices. But I would win medication. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I even I lean towards medication is a no way. Like. Expired medication, I'm not touching.
Thank you, Cory. Pristine kitchen. Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. We'll let you know what changes you need to make in a couple weeks once we figure this whole thing out.
Thank you for being
our. Waiting with this.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you for being our first guest. We're so excited.
Thanks for having us.
We're big Life of Dad and Life of Mom fans, so you guys keep on doing great stuff and helping parents like us, breathe a little easier knowing that there's other people out there going through what we're going through and just kind of living and loving life together in this crazy thing we call parenting.
Absolutely. And Cory, plug your social handles that you've got going on. And if anything you've got, Jen, let us know where they can follow Lean Green Dad.
Lean Green Dad. At Lean Green Dad across the board, right?
Yeah, just Lean Green Dad across everything. And then Jen runs the Rogue French Fry, where she just released a music video for herself. And she's going to get better at being a little more frequent with her posting. So, yeah.
Oh, I need to find that. Because I enjoy French fries and I enjoy going rogue. So I am all in. I am all in, Jen. All right.
I love it. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. So that was Cory and Jen.
I feel like Ryan Seacrest or Howard Stern with like people calling in and.
Oh yeah, we've got a fun studio. We got it going on. Big shout out to Rob has a podcast.
Yes.
He's our friend who's letting us use his studio.
We are using his accommodations. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be in our living room with dogs barking and acoustics and.
Yeah. Check out his website, robhasapodcast.com. He does a bunch of great reality show podcasts.
Amazing. If you're a reality TV fanatic like I am, Survivor, what are the other ones? Big Brother. Mm-hmm. He covers it all.
Amazing Race. Yep. He's got them all going on.
Yep.
All right, so here's the deal. You guys are going to vote. We're going to put the vote up live as you're listening. It will already be live on Instagram, Mom versus Dad Show, also on Life of Dad's Instagram and on Life of Mom official Instagram. Coming up next week on the show, we have a couple topics, which are, I think next week we're digging into it's a dog debate. So we're going to have a dog debate next week. We have a caller coming in about that. Those are friends of ours. Should they get a dog? Should they not get a dog?
And I will give you a hint to my side because I am a self-proclaimed dog mom. #dog mom. Even though I have kids too, I love dogs.
And we will also be talking about, is it okay for Lucy to compare any injury I have for the rest of my life to childbirth?
And that answer is yes.
So that's coming up next week. Thank you guys so much for listening to one of our first shows. This was the Mom versus Dad show. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.